Let's get a few things straight about kids. Kids aren't cute. Kids aren't cute, but they are little. And little is cute. But it's only the little that's cute, not the kid. Okay, think about it. A 6-foot newborn would not be cute. Not only are kids not cute, but they don't like cute things. They don't even like primary colors. Given the chance, they always go for the black remote control. They don't want fuzzy stuffed animals. They want to turn the oven on. They want to drive the car. They want to work that new table saw. They only play with toys because that's all they can reach. In the last 9 years, I have spent quite a bit of time around kids. And I, for one, have seen their true colors. And they're not cute. Okay, now this is my theory. We adults just try to make our experience of children cute, to lessen the intensity of existing with them. Children are a complex labyrinth of life at its rawest, a penetrating mirror into ourselves. You know, that's why it rubs me the wrong way to hear kids passed off as being cute. Okay, I guess in my own selfish way, I want to argue for kids to make my job title as mother appreciated as more than quaint and sweet. I want the grit and glory of motherhood revealed through the splendor of their charges. You know, just like lion tamers are revered because of the ferocity of lions. Therefore, I wish to systematically argue for adjectives other than cute when describing kids. Okay? Here we go. Kids are deep. They thwack you upside the head with insight when your guard is completely down. Accompanying Stella into the bathroom at a Mexican restaurant, she's sitting on the toilet pushing, and she announces to me quite off the cuff, "I have infinity love. Once until I give a love, another love comes back to me." Which reminds me of another point concerning the deepness of kids. Kids love infinity. Once they hear about it, that's all they talk about for the next week, month, year. Okay, I hear them arguing. "I have Infinity Smart." "Oh yeah? Well, I got 2 Infinity Smart." If you have 2 Infinity Smart, then that means you don't even know what infinity is. "I do too." And the word after infinity that they love, it's Googleplex. And they are very pleased if they can memorize and casually drop in conversation the word anti-disestablishmentarianism. Next up, kids are absurdist. One time Leo, he can hardly even talk. He's barely 2. And I see him look out the front door of the house, close the door, go running around to the back, look out, close the door, come running around to the front, look out, close the door, and then announce with a slightly panicked look on his face, "We have 2 outsides." And then another time, I see him twitching his eyes but holding his neck really stiff, but like he's struggling. And then he says, "I can't see my head because my face is stuck on it." Also, kids are linguistic. They are daily taking our language and putting it in a salt shaker and turning it upside down, doing to our language just what we revere Shakespeare for having done. Stella, weeping that Leo hurt her, says, "He stepped on my toe, and it was my youngest." Other language skills, they're masters of the hyperbole. In declaring her love, she stated, "I love you so much I could pull my brains out." They're ever surprising with the unexpected turn of phrase. When walking into the room where my sister and I were sitting on the bed talking, Stella proudly announced herself, "My name is Stella. I've got blue eyes and a teeny crotch." Also, kids are spiritual. One day we're driving in the bank drive-thru. We stop. Leo, at 4 years of age, says, "God is a good story. So is Spider-Man." Are we just stories too? Also, kids are savvy. One time I got a cheap flight back to Wisconsin with a 3-hour layover in O'Hare. After 2 hours of waiting, I said to Leo, "We get to take 2 planes to Grandma's. Aren't we lucky?" He looks at me unimpressed and says, "I don't want to be that lucky." And also, kids are surrealistic. One evening, we're walking on the Pearl Street Mall, and we happen upon some teenagers who are swing dancing for tips. I say to Leo, "Wouldn't that be a fun thing to do when you're a teenager?" He surveys the scene and responds, "I only want to dance with Chinese girls wearing red dresses." And also, don't forget, kids are imaginative. Furthermore, their understanding between reality and fantasy is still reluctantly developing. One day with Leo and I under the covers, we were going down for our nap, and I was making up a story for him like I did every afternoon. In this story, Leo was floating upwards into the clouds. He moved his arms and legs as though swimming, and he found that he could propel himself through the air. He tucked his head and somersaulted. He made his way over to a cloud. It was unthinkably soft. Feeling tired, he yawned an enormous yawn and nestled in for a nap. Feeling a chill, he pulled a downy blanket from the cloud. And then I whispered to an almost asleep Leo, "Let's not finish the story. Let's fall asleep together inside the story." Leo's eyes tripled in size. "But what would happen then?" "Close your eyes and fall asleep. Let's find out." Leo closed his eyes, but his thoughts raced and collided into all the imaginable possibilities. The task proved too great. The very possibility of a nap had vanished. This kind of imagining is more Einsteinian than cute. Okay, and my final point of contention as to why people think kids are cute is because there is a widely spread misnomer that kids are funny. Kids aren't funny. Have you ever heard a kid try to tell a joke? It goes on and on and on, and it's always one you've already heard. Okay, kids can be silly, but that is a very non-inclusive variety of low humor, usually based on the same fart noise made over and over and over again. And it's generally not even funny to adults, but rather annoying. Okay, there's one exception. Kids can be funny when they unknowingly juxtapose bizarre combinations in an earnest effort to make sense of a situation. For instance, one day Leo came up to me with a snotty nose that was suffering from some severe leakage and asked with scientific curiosity, "What's inside my head besides the stuff that comes out of my nose?" And lastly, they can create the unintentional pun, made all the funnier by their complete ignorance of what they are really saying. One time my girlfriend and her daughter were snuggling in bed, and my friend said to her girl, "This is what Mommy and Daddy do sometimes. It's called spooning." The little girl thought about that for a moment, and then she asked, "Do you and Daddy ever fork?"